YouTube, what are you doing? Even if a person does not violate community guidelines, you're gonna take their channels down anyway? This is not a threat, this is a warning. Because I'm telling you, people who are noticing this change are going to leave, and when we leave, it's going to start the domino effect, because it's going to start affecting the medium YouTubers who have like 1,000 subscribers all the way up to 100,000, then the people with 100,000 up to a billion, well, to a million to a billion to a trillion, and so on and so forth. The people who have the play buttons. So, this might be the end of YouTube. Because I'm telling you, if Twitch TV does start, say they do it tomorrow, it's not a matter of it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When a competitor, say Twitch, starts a pre-recorded content policy, people like, the smaller people like you and me are gonna leave. And then it's gonna affect the people that have higher subscribers than we do. The people with the silver and the gold and the platinum and the ruby and the diamond play buttons will notice their view counts are going down and their sub counts are going down, which would also mean their sponsors are gonna notice that, and they're gonna leave those people. They're not gonna sponsor them people anymore. And then the advertisers are going to notice view counts on people's videos are going down. And it's just a domino effect. And then when the smaller people leave, then the big people leave, then in between, the sponsors and advertisers leave, we don't come back. It's a business perspective. When a person is dissatisfied with a service, social media and video sharing platforms and streaming services are not immune to the kind of brick and mortar stores where if a person's dissatisfied with the service they were given, they don't come back. And say Twitch does a pre-recorded content policy. I'm sure if it's still being considered, yeah, it's a good idea. It'll bring more traffic to Twitch TV. Or, they don't even really need to do pre-recorded content policies because people are would still flock over there anyway with this recent change. Seriously, even if your video does not violate community guidelines, they are still going to take you down. This should concern you. But again, YouTube, I know why you're doing this. Because you want more money. You want people like us who have under 1,000 subscribers. Maybe people who are under 100,000 subscribers aren't making you any money, and that's what you're thinking. They're like, well, these people aren't up to the silver play button levels. Let's just get rid of them. Even if they don't violate our community guidelines, we're just still gonna get rid of them anyway. But what you fail to realize, people like us are going to notice that, and we're going to be like, you know what, I'm just going to delete the channel anyway, because you're going to take it down and you're not going to tell us why the community guidelines have, what community guidelines have been violated, or I'm sure they'll make it up and say, oh, well, you violated community guidelines. With what kind of community guidelines? The fact we're not making you money anymore? Or the fact that we're not making you money? That's going to negatively affect the big channels who have play buttons. They're going to get affected. The sponsors, and I know I've said this before in the video, sponsors and advertisers are also going to leave. And Twitch TV, even though it's right now exclusively for streaming, but pre-recorded content policies show up and they're more user-friendly, YouTube, you're done. From here on out, with this new policy, any more unwanted changes, any more any community guidelines that you put in that make 0 sense, from here on out, this could be the last straw. Any more changes beyond that, where it's going to negatively affect the content creators and the site as a whole, people are going to be like, you know what? I don't care if Twitch is only doing streaming only. I'm just going to go on Twitch and stream. And even if they... Oh, now Twitch is going to do pre-recorded content? Oh, cool. Now I can go over there, take all my videos down, and re-upload them on Twitch. And there you go. Oh, by the way, yeah, he'll be like, and I'm gonna make it sink into their heads. They're not gonna listen. Let me just say, I kind of have a bit of a false hope that YouTube's gonna save itself, but it's not. There you happy Goku false hopefuls. I admitted that I have some kind of false hope about YouTube saving itself, because at this point, and I'm admitting, from here on out, after this change that's going on, this could be the change that will kill YouTube as a whole. I don't know what will save it. And competitors, somebody like Twitch, could be that kind of person. Well, it could be that company that could blow our minds and, say, you know what? Now, I know I've said this many times, but I know people are gonna be like, maybe it's not just Twitch, maybe Dailymotion or some. Dailymotion hasn't really done a damn thing. Otherwise, a lot of people would be uploading videos there. Really, Dailymotion is for people uploading stuff that other people have uploaded on YouTube. Other than that, no. Dailymotion isn't that much of a legitimate competitor, because people aren't monetizing videos on Dailymotion. You can't do that. Now, say if eBay, yeah, I know, bad example, but hey, Amazon owns Twitch, so anything can kind of happen. Anything can happen, but not everything. Let's go into that perspective. Say eBay buys out Dailymotion. or they were to have bought out Blip TV, which of course doesn't exist anymore, but hey. eBay is an online retailer, like Amazon. They're an online auction retailer as well. Well, more of... So you can kind of say they are a retailer for new things. They're a flea market, and they auction out, well, people stuff. But yeah, they make a lot of that money. So if eBay buys out Dailymotion, now YouTube would have to try to compete with Twitch and an eBay owned Dailymotion, where people can monetize their videos on Dailymotion with fair community guidelines. Now YouTube has a choice. They can one, act like a competitor is existent, a viable competitor. Yes, Twitch in terms of streaming is a competitor to YouTube. When it comes to video streaming, or when the competitor shows up, then they can say, you know what, we're going to reverse the policies that make no sense, that are angering a lot of people. We hear you now. Or they can ignore the fact that there's competition now, and then YouTube is like in full-on damage control mode, and they can't save themselves at that point, and they're gonna be like, oh no, we have to try to save ourselves, we gotta try to win people back. By then, who's gonna trust YouTube? Nobody. Sure, you'll still have people who are on YouTube, but not at the extent as it is now. Pretty soon you'll see Charlie the Unicorn on Twitch TV. Oh my god. Boy, do I feel old. Or the Kelly videos. Remember those? Those would be a good... I think when say if YouTube does actually die, I think I might go record at a cemetery. And be like, oh yeah, we're gathered here to fondly remember YouTube. And all the YouTube's past would be from when the year YouTube started to like early 2013 would be were the better days of YouTube. Once as the year of 2013 progressed, YouTube just started getting worse. But well, YouTube ain't dead yet. Competitors, I'm sure, are on their... Well, yeah, Twitch, as I said, is a competitor with streaming. Not pre-recorded content yet, but it's coming. They've already said that they would do it. And as I said with choice number 3, you can ignore the competitor's existence, wait it out. When you start bleeding out money, because Google is going to be affected. Google as a whole, not just YouTube, would be affected. Because when YouTube goes under, Stadia is not going to save YouTube. Well, it's not going to save YouTube or Google. Well, it's not going to save both, actually. Because YouTube would be over when they don't take competition seriously. And Stadia, people don't really care for Stadia because the internet is not ready for cloud gaming. People don't get that. And then people, $60 for a game that they might not own if Stadia goes under, or say EA does cloud streaming on Stadia and EA goes out of business. It's not like digital distribution are going to GameStop or Best Buy or Walmart or Target to get a game like Battlefront or Battlefront 2. Granted, the microtransactions are what affected the sales in a negative way, but if EA goes out of business, the Battlefield or Battlefront 3, if it's able to be streamed on Stadia, Stadia goes under or EA goes out of business, they're not going to have that game forever. It's going to be gone. And this is why Stadia and YouTube are going to affect Google when both fail. Because YouTube's constant policy changes, the community guidelines that are going to anger a lot of people to the point where they're just not going to be on here for very long. And Stadia, with how many people are already saying, you know what, Stadia is dead on arrival. Actually, it's dead before arrival. It's not gonna... Google will lose a lot of money when YouTube and Stadia fail. It's what I'm trying to say, but yeah. Amazon has Twitch TV. They could do a cloud gaming streaming service that could be a lot more better for people than Stadia. But that would be a double whammy on Google when it comes to Amazon. So that's all I really got to say. This might be the last YouTube video ever uploaded. Peace out. Notice how I didn't really swear a lot. Or swear at all. So yeah, turn off your swear counters.